Hello YouTube, Totalhenry here, and in this video I'm going to show you my art from high school. This is, I think, part 2. This is a painting I did about gloves. It was a series of 3 pieces about a subject matter, and I chose some gloves. This was supposed to be cubism, but I can't paint, so it came out kind of crappy. This was a still life that I did. I'm not good at still life, so this was gouache. Yeah, I don't really like it. I did this one over the summer for my AP art class. This is another thing I did for over the summer for AP art. It's an abstract piece. This was another drawing in that glove assignment. This is charcoal, I believe. I think this is charcoal. Smears like charcoal. Yeah, not much to really say about that. I forget the assignment behind this one. I think this was a story, and you're supposed to be looking through a keyhole at a guy looking at a book, and there's like power coming out. This was pencil and colored pencil. This is, I think, the first thing I did in my senior year in class. This was more that glove assignment. I kind of like this one. This was trying to draw gloves, but like using one line, or maybe it was just a blind contour drawing. But I like that. I don't know if you can even tell that those are gloves. Oh, this was, I think, homework. This was about showing distance. This is overlapping. Even though this is a sketch, I like the way the shoes came out. This was shading, different ways to show distance. And this was, I guess, placement. And this is size. This is different ways to show distance, or different ways to, yeah, I guess distance. This is a drawing I did in the summer, again for I think my AP art class. I had artwork over the summer before I took that class, and this is supposed to be a kid going to an elementary school, then a middle school, and then a high school, and then leaving the high school. And this is actually based off of the schools that I went to: my elementary school, my middle school, and my high school. Okay, so sorry about that. The phone rang. No one important called. This is another assignment in the glove thing that I've been talking about. This is a pencil drawing, a realistic, or I tried to do like hyper-realism drawing of these. These are bike gloves, like cycling gloves. Yeah, I spent a lot of time on this. I remember I came in during free periods to work on this because I didn't think I would finish this on time. And it is kind of hard to tell what it is. And I remember my art teacher told me later that she was thinking that there was no way this was going to work. And then I surprised her because she thought that I did a really good job. And even now, this is a piece that I really like. So I drew this about, I think, a year ago. Or maybe this was a junior year. I think that was junior year. Okay, this is a drawing of Marcus Madonna when he fought Floyd Mayweather for the first time. This was a drawing from the fight poster. Yeah, so this was something I just did for fun. And yeah, I like it. I think this came out pretty nicely. I could probably, looking at it now, think I did this junior year. I could probably work it a little bit more, push it a little bit further, but I think it's still really good. This is something that I did for fun. I forget when I did this. Just kind of MC Escher like. Just a bunch of hands drawing each other and a bunch of art supplies. The only thing that I don't like about this is the fact that I used ink right there, and it really stands out compared to just the pencils. I do like the limited use of colors there, and the eraser shavings I like. Um, yeah, I kind of like this. I wonder if the ruler, if I really tried to be accurate with the ruler, if that's really a centimeter or an inch right there. Probably not. But I like this. Ooh, look at this one. This was something I drew for fun. This was a drawing of a skull. I just found the image on the internet. This is something I remember I spent a lot of time on. This was a lot of fun to draw. This is another piece that I really like. This was something I did for AP Art. This was actually during the year. Can I zoom out so you guys can see all of it? There we go. So yeah, this is supposed to be a couple at a beach looking at a sunset. And I remember I spent a lot of time trying to draw the water and all of those effects. I don't know how well the silhouettes came out. I remember I spent a good amount of time on drawing the back of the car, but it all got obscured. Yeah, I remember spending just hours trying to get the colors right back here. I wish the sunlight was broken up a little bit more. But other than that, I think it's okay. This is another thing for AP Art. There's a lot of AP Art stuff in here. I wanted to draw something romantic, and I thought that this was kind of a cute scene. People falling asleep on an airplane. And I don't know, it just felt like something that was like when you think of a romantic thing, like I feel like airplane is not the thing you would think about. And I had the light coming in from the window. This is actually a pretty small piece too. This was also for AP Art. This was a drawing of a ladybug and some grass. I remember I was staring at a photo of a ladybug trying to draw it as accurately as possible. This is colored pencil. Most of these drawings are colored pencil. And then I have this guy watching the ladybug. I don't like the color of his skin. That's the one thing that bothers me now. And I remember I spent a lot of time on the grass. And my teacher kept saying, like, do more, add more greens, add different shades of green. This was, I don't even remember what year this was. Oh, oops. Oh well. This was based on a story. I forget the story's name. Something about a goblin, and at the end of this was from a Hans Christian Andersen fairy tale. I think we had an assignment where we had to illustrate something from it. I remember there was a story about a goblin, and there was a fire, and he was reading books, and I thought, well, let's have him read a book on the roof while, like, the town's going up in flames. I like the contrast of the bright of the fire and the black of the building. I think this was junior year. Yeah. Either junior or senior year. I forget. I remember I spent a lot of time drawing the goblin. Trying to figure out how to draw a goblin. Did a lot of shading on this. Took a lot of time. This is something I like. This might be from freshman year. Negative space. And cross-hatching. Kind of like it. This is also from freshman year. Ew, this is stuck. We had to draw an object, and I chose this weird, like, drill thing to draw. It's drawn it from different angles. Kind of an interesting object. Here, this is just sort of a shading practice thing. It's all right. That was also freshman year. This is the drill thing again, and we have different color drills. The one in the center is how it really looked with like the real colors, but I sort of took all the colors, like I took the red and put the red over here, the gray and put the gray over there, so it was like each one of these was all the four different colors, but separated, if that makes any sense. This was a drawing of my eyes. This is the only one that I colored. Glad the camera focused. This is something I did freshman year, so if I did it now, it would probably look a little bit better. But oh well. I think this was a study for the negative space thing. So this was from freshman year. These are just hands that I drew for. I drew this in class, but it was sort of something that I drew for fun. This is something that we had to draw people and from the backs, and this was my best friend, still my best friend, and so he stood there for about 20 minutes as I tried to draw him. This was also freshman year. It's not really that good. The head is way too small. Okay, that's not that important. It's a long story. This is, I think I showed sketches for this assignment, but this was supposed to draw a bunch of U's. So I sort of drew it like we were in like a photo booth. So I cut it out and I get closer. I drew a bunch of me's. Are you gonna focus, camera? I hope you can see that. So just a bunch of versions of me in front of the camera. That was the one I worked the most on right there. I had a lot of fun with that assignment. I kind of like the idea, but I'm not too happy with it. Plus, I look like a girl in all of those ones. Get rid of that. This was a self-portrait that I drew. Kind of look like a girl in that too. This was probably freshman year. Yep, looking at that is just painful. Oh, Jesus, look at that. I don't even want to talk about this because it's such a depressing assignment. I did this at RISD Pre-College, which I've talked about in other videos, and the teacher just basically said, this sucks. So, plus you would need to see the sculpture in order to understand what I was trying to do. So, oh well. This is also from RISD Pre-College, which was when I was a rising senior. This is a self-portrait that I drew then that was clearly done in about 5 minutes. This is from RISD Pre-College. This is a figure drawing that I did in charcoal. This is pretty good. I kind of like this. You can tell what the figure is doing. It seems pretty proportional. Can I zoom out enough? It's pretty good. I think this is from RISD pre-college, just figures. None of them look particularly good. This is from RISD Pre-College. I had a comic book class. I've mentioned this in other videos, and I was trying to sort of brainstorm ideas for a character and her superpowers. This was something that I drew for fun. This is cheap newsprint paper. Kind of like the arm on that, even though I'm sure it's anatomically it's wrong. What is this? Oh, this is just paint. I think these are just sketches. Yeah, this is sketches for a football project, which I will probably show in another video. Oh, this is a narrative. Oh yeah, this was about Denver playing Seattle in the Super Bowl. I don't know why I'm showing that to you. What else is in here? What else do I want to show you guys? There's a bunch of narratives in there, whatever. This was, I know I showed this illustration, or the full illustration before, and I think part one. This is a study, or not a study, this was practice that I was doing to get the technique down. So you can see the drawing part one, the finished drawing. I will probably have a link to that in the description. Okay, these are figure drawings that I did, and I was looking at this beforehand, before I made this video, and I was tempted to throw these away because these are just so god-awful. This was freshman year. I'm positive this was freshman year. I did not know what I was doing, so I'm going through these very fast because I don't even know what that is. Looks like a person being hung or something. Maybe they were bending over. Okay, this was testing out paint. What is, that's just an info sheet. This is like the very first problem I did in my freshman year drawing class. We had to like show a line, and the line has to become something. So I had a line become a manga character. And I was trying to use different line value and all that cool stuff as it sort of became something. I remember people were saying it was a little too simple, like it was a little too obvious. I don't know, I think it's okay. Oh, I forgot what the assignment was for this. I think this might have been another distance assignment. This is basically, I think this is just ink on special Bristol board. Oh, I need to stand up for this. This is something I did freshman year. This is based sort of Salvador Dali inspired. It is colored pencil, and I think I started drawing it in pencil. I tried to show motion. I don't know how well I showed the motion, and I kind of like the color though. That's probably the best part about this drawing. I think I showed sketches for this drawing in another video, but this was supposed to be an exaggerated drawing. Like we were supposed to exaggerate the human figure on purpose. Hey, look, there's my foot. So yeah, his legs are bigger than they should be. And this is just a kid that was in my art class, and he sat there, and I took a bunch of photos of him. This was freshman year. I mean, it's okay. I kind of like the folds in the pants, and then the bushes I sort of like half-assed. Oh, here's some sketches for that drawing that you just saw. I kind of like this version more, just because it's coming in at an angle. Wish I had kept that. This is a gradient stick. See, it gets really dark over there and not as dark as you come by. Even though the difference between these values is great, and then these are all like the same value. So here was a sketch I did for that drawing I just showed you. I think this actually came out better than the final drawing. The neck looks a little big though. Here's another sketch for that same project. Just trying out different poses. Whether I wanted to draw them from straight on or whether I wanted to do it from the side. Here's another sketch. It looks like a different person, but I assure you that it's the same kid. And I think that is the end of this video. This is kind of a long video, so I apologize for that. But yeah, I still have a few more portfolios to go through that I want to make videos of and show you guys. So I hope you guys find these videos cool, because I don't usually show some of my original artwork, and I think my original artwork is, I personally think it's sometimes better than what I regularly post, just because this is original stuff and I'm not just copying from an image online. So please subscribe for more art videos.